For more than 6 decades, Barry Gibb has remained one of the most recognizable and influential figures in popular music. As the founding member and lead vocalist of the Bee Gees, he helped create some of the most enduring songs in music history while navigating extraordinary success, personal tragedy, and the pressures of global fame. Yet beyond the awards, chart records, and sold-out concerts, another remarkable story has unfolded alongside his career: the enduring love story between Barry and his wife, Linda Gray. While many celebrity relationships crumble under the weight of fame, their marriage has survived for more than 50 years, making it one of the most enduring partnerships in the entertainment industry. Born on September 1, 1946, in Douglas on the Isle of Man, Barry Allen Crompton Gibb was the eldest child of Hugh and Barbara Gibb. Growing up alongside his younger brothers, including twins Robin and Maurice, Barry developed a passion for music at an early age. The Gibb family eventually relocated to Manchester, England, where the brothers began singing together and entertaining friends and neighbors. In 1955, the family made another life-changing move, this time to Queensland, Australia. It was there that Barry and his brothers began taking music seriously. Performing under several different names before eventually becoming the Bee Gees, the brothers steadily built a reputation through local appearances, talent contests, and television performances. Their breakthrough in Australia came with the song Spicks and Specks in 1966, a success that encouraged the family to return to England and pursue greater opportunities. The decision proved pivotal. Soon after arriving in Britain, the Bee Gees signed with influential manager Robert Stigwood, who recognized their extraordinary songwriting talent. Their first internationally successful album introduced audiences to songs such as New York Mining Disaster 1941, Holiday, and To Love Somebody. Influenced heavily by the British pop sound of the era, particularly the Beatles, the Bee Gees quickly established themselves as one of the most innovative groups of the late 1960s. As the years progressed, the Bee Gees evolved musically. They moved from psychedelic pop toward a soulful style before eventually becoming synonymous with the disco era. Their contribution to the soundtrack of the film Saturday Night Fever transformed them into global superstars. Songs such as Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, and How Deep Is Your Love became cultural phenomena and remain among the most recognizable recordings ever made. Barry's distinctive falsetto voice emerged as one of the defining sounds of the decade, while his songwriting ability helped create a catalog of music that continues to influence artists around the world. Barry's success extended far beyond his work with the Bee Gees. As a songwriter and producer, he collaborated with numerous major artists and helped create hits across multiple genres. His songwriting credits include songs recorded by some of the biggest names in music, while his production work earned widespread respect within the industry. In 1984, he released his first solo album, Now Voyager, showcasing his talents outside the Bee Gees. Although it did not match the commercial success of the group's biggest releases, it demonstrated Barry's willingness to explore new creative directions. Throughout his career, he worked with artists such as Barbra Streisand, Dionne Warwick, Kenny Rogers, and many others, further cementing his reputation as one of music's premier songwriters and producers. Despite his professional achievements, Barry's personal life would prove equally significant. His first marriage, to Maureen Bates, took place in 1966 when he was still a teenager. The relationship was short-lived, and the couple divorced 4 years later. Around that same period, Barry met a young Scottish woman named Linda Gray. A former beauty queen and Miss Edinburgh winner, Linda was working as a hostess on the popular television program Top of the Pops when their paths crossed. Their connection was immediate. They began dating and soon discovered a bond that would withstand decades of challenges and triumphs. Barry and Linda married on September 1, 1970, which was also Barry's 24th birthday. What began as a young romance gradually developed into one of the most enduring marriages in entertainment history. Together they raised 5 children: Stephen, Ashley, Travis, Michael, and Alexandra. Throughout the Bee Gees' meteoric rise to fame, Linda remained a stabilizing force in Barry's life. While he traveled the world, performed before millions of fans, and experienced the intense pressures of celebrity, Linda focused on creating a strong family foundation. Unlike many spouses of famous musicians, she largely stayed away from the spotlight, preferring privacy over public attention. Over the years, Barry frequently spoke about the importance of Linda in his life. He credited her not only with supporting his career, but also with helping him navigate periods of profound grief. The losses suffered by the Gibb family were immense. In 1988, Barry's youngest brother, Andy Gibb, died at the age of 30 following years of personal struggles and health complications. The tragedy deeply affected the entire family. Years later, Maurice Gibb passed away unexpectedly in 2003 due to complications from a medical condition. Then, in 2012, Robin Gibb died after a long battle with cancer. With each devastating loss, Barry found himself carrying the weight of grief while simultaneously preserving the musical legacy he had built with his brothers. During these difficult periods, Linda remained by his side. Barry has openly acknowledged that her support was essential to his ability to cope with heartbreak. In interviews, he has described her as his soulmate and credited her with helping him survive some of the darkest moments of his life. According to Barry, Linda provided stability when everything else seemed uncertain. Her unwavering presence allowed him to continue moving forward even when tragedy threatened to overwhelm him. One story Barry has occasionally shared highlights both Linda's beauty and her loyalty. According to Barry, legendary actor Steve McQueen once showed interest in Linda and attempted to charm her away from him. Barry recalled an occasion when McQueen allegedly invited Linda to ride away with him on the back of his motorcycle. Given McQueen's reputation as one of Hollywood's most charismatic leading men, many might have been tempted by the attention. Yet Linda remained committed to Barry, choosing their relationship over the allure of one of the era's biggest stars. The story became one of Barry's favorite examples of the strength of their bond and the mutual trust that defined their marriage. Another challenge facing the Gibb family involved addiction. Several of Barry's brothers struggled with substance abuse and alcoholism at different points in their lives. Andy's well-documented battles with addiction contributed to both personal and professional difficulties, while Maurice and Robin also faced periods of substance-related struggles. These challenges affected not only their careers but also their relationships and health. Watching his brothers confront these demons left a lasting impression on Barry. Remarkably, he largely avoided the destructive patterns that affected some members of his family, and he often credited Linda for helping him stay on a healthier path. Barry has spoken candidly about how Linda refused to tolerate drugs in their household. According to him, whenever substances appeared in their home, she took immediate action to remove them. Her firm stance created an environment where addiction could not take root in the same way it had elsewhere in the family. Barry later reflected that while his brothers had to battle their own personal demons, he benefited from having a partner who refused to let him fall into the same traps. He viewed Linda not simply as a wife but as a protector, someone who consistently prioritized his well-being and the stability of their family. As Barry entered his later years, his legacy continued to grow. The Bee Gees received numerous honors, including induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and multiple Grammy Awards. Barry himself was appointed Commander of the Order of the British Empire in 2004 and was knighted in 2018 for his contributions to music and charity. Even after the loss of his brothers, he continued performing, recording, and celebrating the music they created together. Albums such as In the Now and Green Fields demonstrated that his creativity remained as vibrant as ever. Today, Barry Gibb's story is about far more than chart-topping records or international fame. It is a story of resilience, loyalty, family, and enduring love. Through extraordinary success, heartbreaking loss, and decades of change within the music industry, Barry and Linda have remained together. Their marriage stands as a rare example of lasting commitment in a world where relationships are often tested by fame and fortune. More than 50 years after they first fell in love, Barry continues to describe Linda as the foundation of his life, the person who helped him survive tragedy, avoid destructive paths, and remain grounded despite achieving levels of success that few musicians ever experience. Their story serves as a reminder that behind every legendary career, there is often someone quietly providing strength, support, and unconditional love.